Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today. As usual, if you are watching and recording, you're welcome to stay with us through our hellos or simply fast forward about 5 minutes to the beginning of the actual practice. Good morning, Jean. All right, it is time for us to start. And today, let's talk about compassion. Brené Brown defines compassion as the daily practice of recognizing and accepting our shared humanity so that we treat ourselves and others with loving kindness and we take action in the face of suffering. So compassion includes action. It's not just feeling, it's doing. And a lot of times we misunderstand this action, this doing, as something that we need to fix. But it's actually not about fixing. It's not about, I see your suffering and I'm here to make it better, to fix it. But rather, I see your suffering and I can be with you in your suffering. I can share it. Compassion is fueled by understanding and accepting that we are all made of strength and struggle, and that no one is immune to pain and suffering. In her book, The Places That Scare You, Pema Chodron writes, when we practice generating compassion, we can expect to experience our fear of pain. Compassion practice is daring. It involves learning to relax and allow ourselves to move gently toward what scares us. In cultivating compassion, we draw from the wholeness of our experience, our suffering, our empathy, as well as our cruelty and terror. It has to be this way. Compassion is not a relationship between the healer and the wounded. It's a relationship between equals. Only when we know our own darkness can we be present with the darkness of others. Compassion becomes real only when we recognize our shared humanity. And this practice of witnessing someone else's suffering without trying to solve it can be really hard because we are hardwired to run away from suffering, to fix, to make things better ASAP. So today, let's do a practice of loving kindness from the perspective of compassion as this act of simply being with someone else's suffering without trying to solve anything. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to acknowledge what's going on for you today, physically, emotionally, mentally. Let your breath be soft, easy. Don't try to control it. See if you can simply observe the flow of your breath through your body. And now bring to mind someone you know and love who is currently suffering. This person may be going through some emotional issues, or perhaps they are in tremendous physical pain. Whatever it is, give yourself a few moments to really acknowledge their suffering. Gently start reciting the words of loving kindness toward that person you chose. May he or she be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and free. May they feel protected, cared for, at ease. May they find deep, natural peace. Notice what your first reaction is as you're reflecting on the suffering of a loved one. Does your brain start racing in search of immediate solutions? It's okay if that's the case. Remember, we are hardwired to run from suffering, to try and fix it at all costs. So give yourself a few moments to be okay with your immediate reaction. And then gently remind yourself that suffering is not about fixing. It's about witnessing someone else's suffering. It's about sharing our humanity. Nothing more, nothing less. May he or she be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and free. May they feel protected, cared for, at ease. May they find deep, natural peace. Continue repeating this mantra over and over again, noticing and acknowledging what comes up for you. Is there a judgment of sorts? Why is this person suffering when the solution is so obvious? Is there a fear to stay with the suffering because you're afraid that it will consume you? That you'll be sucked into it somehow if you don't fix it right away? Or maybe the suffering reminds you of your own similar pain that you've been trying hard to avoid. May he or she be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and free. May they feel protected, cared for, at ease. May they find deep, natural peace. Continue with that, and whatever comes up, acknowledge it gently. Remember Pema Chodron's words, only when we know our own darkness can we be present with the darkness of others. So allow yourself to experience your suffering and pain as you share the pain and suffering of another human being. When you feel really connected with your darkness, with your pain, start sending loving kindness energy to yourself. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and free. May I feel protected, cared for, at ease. May I find deep, natural peace. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and free. May I feel protected, cared for, at ease. May I find deep, natural peace. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and free. May I feel protected, cared for, at ease. May I find deep, natural peace. And now send loving kindness to the both of you. The person you chose for this practice who is suffering, and yourself as you share the suffering without trying to fix it. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well in body and mind. May we be happy, healthy, and free. May we feel protected, cared for, at ease. May we find deep, natural peace. As you go through your day today, I invite you to notice what happens when you're called into compassionate action. Can you really switch off this hardwired fix-it mode and simply be with someone else's suffering without trying to solve anything? And notice how this being transforms both of your pain into something more life-affirming without you having to do anything. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.